fantastic player here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see how he does here. We're going into Iron Fortress, a map that somehow survived this to make it into this ladder pool.
Somehow.
I'm actually prepared to go protest in Gwanghwamun about this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go out there with my sign, like, get rid of Iron Fortress, has a Zerg logo. That's not even, that. Why is that even a thing? It's my least favorite map in the pool currently.
Well, let's jump into the game, guys. Right now, game number 3 here on Iron Fortress.
Green Wings Maru, 조성준 vs SK텔레콤 T1 Impact, 김준혁.
Down here on the bottom left, in the red, our return player taking that last game. It is Maru.
There he is. And his opponent looking a bit rough in game 2. It's Impact. And on a totally side note, I was watching the Korean MC during that little like flyby camera shot we had, and he just makes me feel so energized. Like, I love that guy so much. He's such a great caster, and just like the way he claps his hands with the audience, he's like definitely trying to make everyone feel as pumped as I feel when I see him. And just want to give him like a shout out. I know you guys, obviously some of you watch the Korean stream every now and then. I know like a lot of fans actually do watch the Korean stream, but it's quite cool to see. Pretty happy to see this guy back and doing well and commentating KeSPA Cup with us. Yeah,
that guy's a boss. I'm happy he's back as well. I think he normally does just, you know, more traditional sports like baseball. I think he does.
Yeah, he definitely does baseball. I don't know about soccer.
I know the Pro League caster, you know, the Monday caster. He definitely does soccer.
Yeah, he does. I have seen Termin in the like he was here when we had the World Cup stuff going on. He was definitely around. I don't know if he was commentating or if he was just coming by to give his support or whatever. But it's really cool to me that we have 2 MC casters in Korea for StarCraft that commentate real life sports, like, you know, traditional sports and esports. I think that's a really cool thing that we have that is pretty unique. And outside of SportsTV, I don't think that's ever really happened before. I don't know if you guys know this, but Yuri, the GSL interviewer, actually does MLB interviews and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
I don't know how it's done over the Korean stream, but in Korea, obviously, they do broadcast with Korean commentary in the middle of the night. Like, Korean commentators stay up to the middle of the night to watch the live MLB matches and commentate them in Korean. It is a thing that happens in Korea. I know it happens on SportsTV as well. So, like, it's kind of like you guys who stay up all night to watch Korean StarCraft. Like, you know, Koreans stay up all night to watch the best baseball games.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, we are going to see a Reaper opening here. Multiple Reaper again. And
worked out in the last game. Might as well do it this time.
It is going to be his first scout, actually. So he's going to go up here to the top left. Unfortunately, not the right location.
Yep, I know, Wolf, you're not the biggest fan of 4-player maps.
This is one of the reasons why I don't like this map.
Yeah, he went, you know, just the wrong way, and it's going to mess up his scouting pattern so much. I don't think it's going to matter too much in this game with the Reaper. But in other games, you know, with the worker scout, something like that, can make a bigger difference.
It really makes like the most difference, I feel, in mirror matchups or like a TVT, because in TVT, if you don't scout early, by the time you get there, you're not going to see anything. It's like a waste that you even tried to scout. Of course, that's why Reaper openings are so popular right now in all matchups, because they're so quick, they're so good for scouting, and they can. It's like an aggressive scout. It's a scout that if you mess up against it, can kill you. Imagine it's like a StarCraft 1 probe that can like somehow juke around your mineral line and kill 3 SCVs, and you quit and you uninstall Brood War.
Has that happened to you before?
you like delete your Icy Cup account and it's like, that's it. Well, that one guy puts 2 cans behind your mineral line somehow. It doesn't make any sense how they fit. You're just trying to try out a new map, and you're like, well, why are you doing this? Why did you do this to me?
What does this do for your skills in StarCraft? Not much.
so many interactions of units in that game that, like, if you didn't know them or you didn't know they could occur, it would just destroy you. All right, these Reapers got very low, but they are continuing to do damage. The Queen is actually getting pretty low here.
Did he actually kill that creep tumor?
Let me check. Yeah, actually, pretty nice move.
Nice little snipe there.
Had he brought his third Reaper, he definitely could have killed the Queen, but he's concerned again about these Speedling run-bys.
Yep. With speed out on the map, Maru knows the timing, and he's just coming back here to defend against these Lings. Smartly not bringing anything down here to the natural just yet. He hasn't walled off the front.
These Lings do get cleaned up. Oh, I take it back. Not completely. Loses the SCV, but luckily that depot finished just in time. SCV's like, I gotta carry the crystal, I gotta finish the.
It was all part of the plan. That guy's the alpha SCV.
He's like, oh, I have to do everything.
So it looks like we're going to have the same build for Maru, actually. He may have just said, hey, Impact was really weak to that last game. Why don't I just do it again? But on Impact's side of things, he's going to get a much faster lair.
Super
and it looks
fast.
like with all 4 gases taken, it's going to be that quick Muta build.
Yeah, 630 lair, really fast. And yeah, absolutely, you're right. I mean, it's definitely going to be quick mutas, which is a great counter to this.
Yeah. This is going to work out pretty fantastically here for Impact. Of course, Spire does take a while to build, and then you got to get your mutas out here. But Maru's not going to have the most anti-air in the world. He's got a lot of ground-to-ground units here so far. Only 2 Marines. He is very smartly making a Viking.
Ooh, this hatch is definitely going to have to be canceled. You've made that way too. It is too risky to make it like that. It does instantly remake. Cost him a bit of minerals. 1 Hellion goes down, actually. And a Reaper. I don't know if this actually ends up being worth it. Stayed so long.
Guess it's around on that last Hellion, too. Really shuts down that harass. Maru at this point floating a lot of minerals and gas.
Yeah, he was really focused on that. His multitasking suffered quite a bit. He dumped his minerals once he was done into 2 eBays, now adding extra barracks, adding an extra refinery. But yeah, questionable choice to commit that long. Maybe kiting and killing those Lings first and then going for the kill in the hatchery. Could have perhaps gotten both, but either way, you know, Impact does take a very safe third base. The Spire is up really early as well. And wow, he's even long distance mining from that hatch as well to get better efficiency with his minerals. That's so risky against a Terran player, but I mean, it's gonna work out for him, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Maru does get a very nice read on exactly the timing, first of all, the third base. Also sees the scan and sees that the lair is already out here. I think he's going to have a good idea that mutas are on the way. I mean, we're talking about Maru, the guy who scouted the Protoss' natural and saw the gases were like about 30 seconds late and knew that stats had a hidden base. So, I mean, this guy is going to know.
He's going to know.
He's already got missile turrets coming up.
Yep. I mean, he knows exactly what he's up against. That's why he poked so hard with the Reaper Hellion, because he was like, well, you just don't have anything. I could probably get more value out of this than I normally would against your 2-base play. But very fast Baneling speed. Banelings are coming up here early as well. Impact is doing everything right for a 2-base muta opening to be able to defend and hold on to that third base while he did this aggressive tech with very few units to help him. I mean, he's going to have Baneling speed up to stop that first push that Maru sends across the map pretty soon. And 1-1, again, very quick out for him. Not as quick as Maru, because Maru did get that greedy double eBay opening. Here comes the Medivacs. He's got units in position to spot this. He's already got Lings and Banes here, and a Spore.
Spore Crawler. He's done this before.
Yeah,
he
the
did
Overlord
in game
makes
number 1. This is pretty brutal, the positioning, by the way, here for Maru against Impact, or rather for Impact against Maru, because that third base is right there. It is just right next to the Zerg. This is pretty insane, this map, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because these spawning locations, oh god, these Banelings are not going anywhere. With these spawning locations, the Terran base, you always want to... What? That actually happened. He actually got hit some of that. The Terran base, you want to expand towards the Zerg so you can defend your base and attack at the same time, but with Mutalisk as a factor, that becomes something that you really have to pay a lot of attention to. He's probably going to have to add additional turrets later on in the game to make sure that he can hold that mineral line. All your oohs and ahs, I didn't really give you a chance to elaborate on them, but we had some hits there.
The last Banelings, there were 2 that survived, and Maru actually ran his entire group of units straight in there. I think he lost a couple of Widow Mines. We didn't actually get to see that on screen.
Yeah.
But We're seeing a very interesting play by Impact. He's sending Banelings all the way to the north and then to the left. And he's like trying to go all the way around the scouting of Maru and the vision and just try to come from behind, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is actually a scary, scary push. Even with all these speed Banes, Maru's splits are intense. A 3 Baneling run by occurring meanwhile. And the attack is on here. Maru's units all in the red, but there's very few Banelings left. Here comes the run by.
The Banelings going in. They're going to get 5 kills. Not bad. And it looks like he should have enough here to defend. Widowmine hits not the best. 3 Banelings blow up 2 Widowmines.
Yeah. Ooh. Widowmine hit there. Got a lot of the Mulas, but there's no follow-up. And actually, these medevacs are going to start to fall here. This is, again, a problem that Maru has faced in this series against Impact because Impact is very heavy on the Mulas. He's more Mula than he is Baneling with his gas. So he has more Mulas than most Zerg players would have. Most Zerg players would just try to crush a ground army like this with an overwhelming Baneling count. He has just enough to hold, and then his Mulas, once he does hold, kill medevacs. He's got, how many Mulas does he have? I'm checking. 11 Mulas right now. And as long as he doesn't throw them away to Widowmines like we saw in the previous game in Game 1, I feel like he's going to have a pretty solid foothold in this game. Spots the drop.
That is so big.
He's going to get it, actually, as well. It's too many Mulas. Needs to target the Widowmine, though. Oh, man.
Ooh.
The Impact really having some issues with these Widowmines.
Yeah. Nice little run by here once again. Trying to get that damage down. Hold position Lings. Going to get 3 SCVs, 4 for just a very small amount of Lings. He's been pretty consistent with those run-bys in the games where he looked good, and game number 1 in this game. So, really loving the style of Impact. I really am.
Yeah, me too. Few Marines out there in the middle of the map trying to escape from the medevac's grave, but they actually get cleaned up as well. Maru's next follow-up push is, again, going to be very strong with the 2-2 advantage he's going to have in the fight. But I feel like Impact's defense has been very solid. His creep spread is good. It's thick. And, you know, Thors are coming out now, and I think this is a really good choice.
Yeah, very smart. He's not going to pull a flash here.
No.
Will make those Thors. Trying to bait out some Widowmine hits, it looks like there. Possibly. And another gigantic run by Impact, really using this map to his advantage. And the second Maru moves out, these Lings are going to come in.
Yeah, that's like a ton of Lings, actually. He's going to catch a lot of reinforcements.
He's going to force Maru back and take his attention away at the same time, rolling in some Banelings, but he goes off creep.
Yeah, and here comes, all those Lings actually do get pushed back, but, you know, this is, again, Maru's not gaining any ground on Impact. And that 4th base is held, and the reason why he's able to hold this is because he usually has the Watchtower. At this exact moment, he does not. But he actually does take it. With the Watchtower there, Maru can't really drop that base knowing about it unless he takes a really long route. A big Baneling setup over here on the left side to come down here and do some damage at the natural.
Look at that. Straight for the bunker and then straight for the mineral line.
Yep. Taking a bit of an overextension here, but does pull back to more Banelings. And a huge Mulas count again. Now the Thor is here. Now it could actually give some extra support. Maru is pushing through this.
Yeah, some of those Banelings being sniped before they can even morph. Taking a look at the supplies, Maru's got a gigantic maxed out army. The Banelings roll through, but not the best hits. The run by is going to come in, but not do too much damage.
Yeah, and it's those Banelings were missing for the fight. That's part of the problem here. And he morphed his Banelings in way too precarious of a position. This has actually been a consistent problem for him in this series. When he is losing fights, trying to morph Banelings right in front of the Terran army. It's not going to work. He's going to lose this the second game here, or third game, excuse me. GG.
Maru takes game number 3 and gets the advantage in the series. Really got to hand it to Impact for going toe-to-toe with this guy, though. You know, he was the big underdog. You know, this may be one of the most one-sided, if you just look at results, series here, or matchups, rather, for the round of 16. But Impact is making it interesting. This is really cool.
And I have to say, like, this reminds me of the Snoot series we saw yesterday versus Innovation. Everyone says Innovation's going to crush him 3-0. He's got no chance. And the guy definitely he's putting dents in Maru. Like, Maru does not look invincible. You know, it looks like it is feasible that Impact could win this next game and bring us to a game 5. It's absolutely possible.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Will he be able to do it? I'm not sure. It looks like he needs to get those nerves a little bit more under control. He looked good in that third game. We'll see what he can do in game number 4 after a 5-minute break.